Was put here at the dawn of life on Earth to feed on the last breath of every one of you fuckers.
Welcome back to the channel. It's your host, Deaf God Spaceman. So, we're gonna be talking about Power Book 2. Season 2. So speculations, right, between like the Tahiti. I said it. I knew I fucking said it. I was like, I know I'm gonna bust this shit and say Tejada.
What?
So we got the Tejada family. There's a lot of things that's really happening, or what's going to happen in season 2. But frankly, we're gonna talk about that bastard Tariq, because that little nigga over here slinging dick in the streets, and that shit might get him caught. Because not only is he's not really juggling 3 women, it's more he's only juggling 2, but he's kind of like playing a dangerous game there, because you know both women have a attraction for him, and he's like, well, you know, he's trying to figure out what's the safest option that's going to get him out of like these circumstances that he's currently in. Since him and Kane, I guess, seems like he kind of like patched things up with Kane, because in the first season, Kane just looked at Tariq. He was like, why are we even doing business with him when we could do business with other people's? But Tariq's method of like, you know, distributing the drugs is more cleaner and safer, rather than, I guess, with the other operation that they was currently doing, and it wasn't really working out as much. So, you know, I am quite interested of, you know, the relationship that they're gonna have, and seeing how like Lorenzo Tejada, he wants his son Drew to kind of like take over the business, because he feels that he has a stronger mindset for the business, and it was always Drew, it was never Kane, right? Even though there's like a lot of speculations out there that Kane isn't really Lorenzo's son, he's more like Kanan's son, which a lot of people kept on saying. It was like, nah, he is Kanan's son, he is not this dude's like son, like that's not true and stuff. But I'm like, it could come to like it's gonna come to maybe a realization that maybe he could be or he might not be, because since they all live in, like, I think it's Queens. Since they all live like in Queens and stuff, you would think, since like Power Book 3 raising Canaan, you would think there's like some sort of like connection between them and Canaan, despite, you know, Canaan, you know, doing stuff in the 90s, and then eventually him and Breeze teaches him the more of the game and stuff. So you would think that the Tejada family would know Breeze and Canaan and stuff, despite them living in Queens at the time. But I don't know, we're gonna have to wait and see in raising Canaan to understand a little bit about the Tejada family. Like, was there any connection to Canaan? But seeing how they don't even know these people, like, as if the Tejada family just comes from like a different universe in a sense, because they didn't know anything about what Ghost was doing. Tommy was Ghost was Ghost, so Ghost wasn't really known like that in the streets. Tommy, sure, and then you had Canaan, but it was never really Ghost as much. Like, you heard the whispers of Ghost, but you've never, like, you know, because it's Ghost. So I don't know what they're gonna quite do with there. And then Brayden, you know, Tariq's friend, we don't know when he's gonna cross the line and actually start killing. I strongly feel like his first kill might be Riley. I don't know, because she's kind of getting into his head at the last season where she was kind of like, you know, do you really know Tariq? Are you sure about him? And we see Tariq kind of like doing that ghost shit on Brayden, and that's the same ghost shit that he did on, like, Ghost did to Tommy and stuff. And it's like, there's a lot of similarities there, right? Then we got Zeke, like, strong. I don't know about Zeke, because Monet tried to like keep Zeke out of the business, and more like, okay, if all this drug shit goes to like south or whatever, his basketball career is gonna land him in a better position, so that way I guess they can leech off his basketball career money, right? So I don't know what they're gonna do with him, because since he's, you know, screwing the teacher, well, not teacher, but I guess guidance counselor, I guess, yeah, he's screwing her and shit. So we don't quite know what he's gonna like really do and stuff. Like, will he actually be put into the business? Because he knows what they do, so we don't know if he's gonna actually be put into the business or not, or if he's just gonna remain the way he is and stuff. But I believe that he probably might get involved some sort of way. Will he die? Maybe. You know, since Tariq kind of like, you know, he killed Jabari, he's gone. Well, Jabari kind of had this. Actually, no. Now when I think about it, I think she's gonna actually find, I think, the notes that was on his computer, because he wrote like a biography. Because I think, because he took the biography from Tariq. Because I think Tariq wrote something about, not about his life, but he wrote something that I guess it was somewhat similar. And I would say that is probably going to be the only indication of, okay, Jabari's gone, what happened? And you know she's going to somewhat investigate on that, because they kind of had like this on and off type relationship. And you know how they always say like, oh, you know, you're never really over your ex, right? Like, you're never truly over him, or over them, I should say. So I feel like she probably might look into it more. And then she's not going to suspect Tariq, like, at first. Like, I don't think she's going to suspect Tariq. But maybe when she come across the notes or whatever, she might find something that maybe indicated that maybe he met with Tariq or something happened. And be like, maybe did Tariq have something to do with Jabari's death or his absence or something. But, I mean, like, because remember, right now, Tariq has a whole target on his shoulder, because not only does he have to sell drugs for the Tejada family, he also got 2-Bit. And 2-Bit is kind of lurking around like, yo, son, you know your father, right? You know, he was supposed to give me a fucking big cut for taking out the snitch, right? Yeah, he owes me a cut, and since he's gone, that debt's on you. So he has to split his money with him, right? And then he has to keep his grades up if he wants to get out early so he can take truth. So it's like he has a whole thing on his shoulders. And on top of that, he has to figure a way of getting out of the Tejada family unscathed, because you know they're going to want their cut. And I feel like they might probably do a thing where if they don't use Zeke, like, let's just say something happens to Zeke and he dies, they could be like, well, you know, Tariq has like a whole nightclub. So we could probably, like, if he gets his grades up, because we know that conversation probably might come up. Like, if shit gets really bad and they're like, yo, we could use Tariq. He can get this nightclub going, like, once he graduates, and then we could probably move the drugs there or whatever. Like, I feel like they're going to probably do something. But right now, how Tariq is moving the drugs into college, there's nothing wrong, and nobody's been found out or caught. So that's kind of fine. And his other lady partner, Effie? Yeah, Effie. I don't know what she's gonna be doing either, because she's not quite done either. And I believe she has a connect, I think. Like, she has like her own little business or something. So we don't know if that business is gonna, you know, be tied up with Tariq's thing. Because I feel like it's not gonna be the last that we see of her and stuff, because she's like the third wild card, you should say. Like, she's like the third wild card that she could just fuck Tariq's shit though, all of it up. She could fuck his whole shit up. So we don't know what's gonna happen with her, right? But the one thing that I do say is that the last season of Power Book 2, I like how, you know, Tommy and Monet, they never met. She never knew. She didn't even know who like this dude was and stuff. And it was just like, yo, like, I really did like that last season, because it looks just as if I said, like the freaking Tejada family are in a different universe, as if they never even known these freaking people. Because yeah, Tommy and Ghost, they did the operation in New York City. The Tejada family seems like they've done the operation in Queens and I think Bronx, right? Because they have like connects here and there and stuff. But you know, they've always kept a business like sharp and stuff, and it was never in New York City until they met Tariq. So it was like, now Tariq is laundering money for them and stuff. So, you know, that's a whole big thing. Now, I know there's been people talking about, will Kane and Drew, like, will they fight, or will well, I don't think so, because like Kane came back at the last second to like protect, the family and stuff after like the whole drive-by thing. So I don't think Kane is gonna kill Drew, despite he was really pissed off that Monet was like, listen, I will fucking kill you. You need to leave. So it's like, I don't know if he's gonna like step up, because we don't honestly, like, we don't really know what's gonna happen to Monet. We really don't. Like, Tariq can have some shit. He can do some shit and have her killed. Kane could kill her, right? We don't know. We don't know, because like I said before, Tariq is gonna have to figure a way of getting from them. Like, this whole selling drugs for the Monet family is fine, despite people saying that, yeah, that's Tariq's second home, that's his second family. It's his only temporarily family. He's not gonna stay with these people forever, because eventually his plan is to get out of that and get to truth and stuff. Because I think this whole lesson for Tariq, like, yeah, Kanan brought him into the drug business and selling drugs and doing all this other crazy shit. He taught him that and brought him into that life. But I feel like throughout the seasons, as power goes on, Tariq is gonna truly understand what Ghost really meant on getting out the drug business, and that he never really wanted to be a part of his life, because Ghost told him in season 6, where he was like, I never wanted this life for you. I really didn't, despite Tariq trying to tell him, like, yo, what was all the crazy shit that you did? Who was the people that you killed? And then he told him, he was like, when I was your age, I killed Breeze. Breeze was in my way. I had to get rid of him. So I think that in the seasons to come, Tariq is gonna understand those lessons of Ghost, and like, yeah, Ghost really wanted to do things different. He didn't want to sell drugs forever, despite in season 1 he wanted to become the biggest drug dealer of New York City, but over time he didn't want to do that anymore. And then when him and Angela was truly becoming a thing, he was like, all right, I'm done. I do not want no more part of that. That's what I think. That's what I truly believe on what's gonna happen. But the question is, it's like, what girl will Tariq actually choose? Like, will Tariq choose Lauren? Will he choose Diana? Like, will he, like, who is Tariq's choice? Let me know in the comments, like, what you think his actual choice is gonna be and stuff. But yeah, speculations, rumors, possibilities, what can actually happen. Oh, and lastly, I forgot about Cooper, Saxe, and Davis. Cooper, Saxe isn't done. That motherfucker needs to go. Cooper, Saxe isn't done. Like, if he doesn't die this season, actually, I forgot what I truly forgot about one thing about what Ghost actually did. Ghost had a whole lawyer, right? I wouldn't say he was a shady. Yeah, okay, all right. He was a shady lawyer, but he was a good lawyer. Tariq needs himself a good lawyer. So Davis kind of betrayed his trust, and I would assume, but I was gonna say Cooper Saxe, but you can't trust Cooper Saxe because he's also shady. So I don't know. I feel like that woman, the other woman who was his lawyer, I feel like he might use her. But then again, it's like, I don't know. Like, if any shady or bad thing that's gonna happen, Tariq is gonna need like a good lawyer, but he has to have dirt on them and use them forever, so that way they never betray him. So, Cooper, we know Cooper's he ain't done. Like, he's still looking for Tariq. Like, he ain't done, because he was like, all right, Tasha gone, now it's Tariq. So he gonna try to get Tariq and stuff. And Davis, he's just gonna be there for the ride. But comment, like, subscribe, share, and I will catch you all in the next one.